I'm gonna do this. I'm really gonna do this. Why do I hate myself so much to do this? I think by now we know the 1980s were loaded with animated TV specials, but for one franchise to get very many was not really common. I mean, yeah, Garfield had no less than 10 animated specials, as they continued to be made even after he got a full Saturday morning series, and that's pretty impressive. But most cartoons got maybe 3 specials at most. How in the frick and frack did Strawberry Shortcake get 6 animated TV specials? This was one of the first of the infamous greeting card characters to get a full animated TV special. And you've got to give Kenner and American Greetings credit for being so determined to get every one of them made, even though it wasn't until nearly 20 years later that the characters finally got a full animated series. It started in 1980 with this, which, yes, is another one-shot made by our old buddies at Murakami Wolf Swenson. It would only be another 7 years before they hit their gold vein with the Ninja Turtles, so again, people, never give up on your dreams. For now, let's just get into the world of Strawberry Shortcake. We open with, oh god, it's the angry sun! Where's Mario with a turtle shell when you need him?
Finest strawberries this side of the rainbow. The personal strawberry patch of Miss Strawberry Shortcake. She lives in a shortcake. Now that sounds like fun. And she tends to a farm through the rain and the sun.
And just like that, before we're introduced to anyone else, we have to switch over to our, villain of this series.
The peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak.
And after seeing this guy, you will never complain about the 1980s Shredder or Megatron again. Now I will say this. For the longest time I had one major question. What exactly is it that made the Purple Pie Man such an adversary to Strawberry Shortcake and her friends? Well, for what it's worth, this first special does seem to establish that. Apparently, the Pie Man is infamous for using his flock of berry birds to steal berries from the kids in order to bake them into his pies. But the berry birds are easily driven off thanks to Strawberry's giant broom and her living tree that I guess got transplanted out of the Forest of No Return. And that actually brings us to one major issue of consistency I'm seeing right from the beginning. Strawberry Shortcake's size. At one point she appears to be just a normal-sized kid, and at another time, either she got hit by Wayne Zielinski's shrink ray, or a number of the berries she's cultivating are of the giant mutant variety. Great continuity!
Here on in, I'm gonna play dirty. I'll get those berries or my name's not the peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak.
Oh, don't say I didn't warn you about him.
Wait, if Mr. Sun here knows what the Pie Man is going to do next, why doesn't he warn Strawberry Shortcake about it right now? Is this some I have to be a neutral observer bullcrap like the narrator from Into the Woods? Yeah, how did that turn out for him? So we are now introduced to all of Strawberry Shortcake's friends, most of whom you are likely to forget in about 10 seconds. And they're all getting together because it's Strawberry's birthday and... oh no. No, we're going there, aren't we?
A surprise party? Is somebody having a birthday?
You know something? It's pretty amazing that it's taken more than 13 years of reviewing television programs until we finally got to this. One of my most despised stock plots of any and all media. The surprise birthday party episode! You all know this one. It's the main character's birthday, and all their friends are planning a surprise party, and part of keeping the surprise involves everyone acting like they suddenly stopped caring about the main character completely. It is one of the most frustrating storylines ever made that relies on so much plot-induced stupidity from so many characters in order for it to work. About the only worst stock plot I can think of is when the main character is framed for a crime they didn't commit. I'm getting one of those soon, aren't I? And the whole business of her birthday just brings up one really big question. Who exactly were the parents of these kids, and Strawberry in particular? Did they just bloom out of berries or something? Were the parents killed in a famine? Man, oh man, if there's a franchise just looking to get a Dark Snyder-esque reboot, it's this one.
I'm a little old peddler, quiet and meek. But under it all, I am still, so to speak, the peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak.
Really? I absolutely did not see that coming!
This watering can is a magical pot. Now it's empty. What? Now it's not.
Oh!
Abracadabra. It never runs dry. I guarantee strawberries 7 feet high.
Oh, I can't let this go on. Hey, down there. Your friends didn't desert you. They were all over in Lilac Park.
So again, the son is willing to spoil the surprise party, but not warn Strawberry about the Purple Pie Man. Are we sure he's not working for the Pie Man in secret? Sure enough, Strawberry finds out about the party and all seems well. But oh, guess what? The Pie Man's little watering pitcher decides to literally rain on the whole picnic. Again, son, you're kind of an asshole for not warning them about this. And yes, the can is able to flood the entire meadow.
Oh, what's the matter, kiddies? Did your can spring a leak?
The peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak!
You know, it kind of dawns on me that you're stuck on that island now, so how exactly are you planning to get those berries? Sounds like someone didn't think this thing through.
Berries? Berries. Understand? Every last berry in Strawberry Land.
Whatever! So yeah, the kids have to give up all their berries to the Pie Man to somehow make the water go away, because that's how that works. Naturally, they are all bummed and angry, especially because the Pie Man is certain to try this again with their next harvest. But it's finally here that Mr. Sun decides to stop with the neutral observer bullcrap and give Strawberry one wish because he's apparently a genie in disguise. Yeah, I know, wish upon a star and a sun is technically a star, but still! And Strawberry's wish is to send the Forest of No Return against the Pie Man.
Count off 1, 2. Count off 3, 4. Count off 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, good freaking night. They actually took the Ents attack on Isengard and found a way to make it stupid. So after completely tearing down the Pie Man's home, the kids make him sign an armistice. You have no clue how much I'm holding back on making joke references to current events. And then Strawberry actually pulls the "we just want to be friends" shtick. And it works!
If you could just teach me, perhaps you could reach me. I'd like to very talk to...
Okay, Pie Man, even for the 80s, you are the lamest villain ever! So yeah, the Pie Man completely turns face, and thus ends one of the lamest specials I've ever seen. And no, I don't want to hear about how it was made for girls. Rainbow Bright came out just 4 years after this, and it had far more action. But with the villain having been reformed, that's got to be it for these Strawberry Shortcake cartoons. I mean, surely there's no reason to go on for another 5 specials, right?
Who sleeps all night in a cake made of strawberry? Wakes up bright in a cake made of strawberry. Living right in a cake made of strawberry. Strawberry shortcake. Wouldn't you know? Who sweeps her floors in a cake made of strawberry? Plays outdoors of a cake made of strawberry. Games and chores in a cake made of strawberry. Strawberry shortcake. Wouldn't you know? It's love that makes her garden grow with lots of pretty berries.